Okay, episode 9 is in the books, and Cole is the second member of the jury. So, I just want to give you some quick thoughts about tonight's episode and what I expect to happen going forward. So, to summarize, this alliance of 7 is on collision course with disaster. Now, and you don't need the preview that they just provided for next week's episode to know that, because now, sure, to Ashley's point that she made a tribal council, just because once they hypothetically get to the 7 and it's 4 heroes and 3 hustlers, sure, that doesn't automatically mean that it's going to be just 4 against 3. But at the same time, I mean, the alliance falling apart isn't because of that dynamic. No, to her credit, but at the same time, regardless of that, this alliance is on collision course with just complete and utter collapse. I mean, you got Ben, who I do like a lot, and I would like to see him win. I definitely like him back in an All-Star season, maybe on a Hero Tribe, where they do another Heroes versus Villains thing. And he was on the Hero Tribe this season as well. I like him a lot, but he is kind of running this alliance as a kind of a dictator, calling shots, just kind of barking out orders, telling people who to vote for. And to Joe's credit, yeah, these guys really aren't playing the game, because regardless of the 4-3 dynamic that could potentially occur if the 7 were to get to the final 7. But regardless of that, I mean, the people on the bottom of the alliance, people like JP, who doesn't talk in any of these episodes, Ashley, who you could easily take to the end as a GOAT. Once these people get to that final 7, hypothetically, once we get down to the nitty gritty, they're dead weight. They'll either go to the end as a GOAT, or they'll just be voted out because they're expendable. So a lot of these guys aren't playing the game, and that saddens me. So it's nice to see a few people doing their best to shake up the game and make it worthwhile. So props to Joe and Dr. Mike for trying to make heads roll as their days are numbered in this game. It's going to be interesting to see what happens going forward. Tonight's episode was pretty good. Cole was he was on his way out the door anyway, and I liked him a lot. I was kind of rooting for him a little bit. But yeah, he was a target, and the second that he lost that immunity challenge, you knew he was going home. So hopefully the strategy will improve as this alliance starts to implode a little bit. Ryan still has his idol, and it'll be interesting to see how his relationship with Devin implodes or doesn't, because there hasn't been any hint at that. Excuse me. But if that does happen, it'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see how this alliance just in general implodes, because, like I said, you don't need some preview for next week's episode to know that this alliance is just, they're done. Once they really get to the nitty-gritty, once people realize that you need to start playing the game, you can't just ride the coattails of a majority alliance. You really need to make moves. I mean, if you get to the end and you're with someone that you trusted as an alliance member, you're just going to be seen as a goat who didn't do anything to impact the game, and you're not going to get any jury votes. And meanwhile, this person that you trusted with all your heart and soul, that you thought was your friend and you relied on, they're walking away with a check for $1 million. So you got to make moves, man. You just got to make moves, and I hope that we see more as the season comes to a close. Hope you enjoyed this video. Smash the like button if you did. Comment, subscribe, grab your torches, and back to camp. Good night.